Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So let us welcome heartfully, prayerfully, devotionally, emotionally, in all ways from our heart, His Grace Adikeshav Prabhu and His Grace Prem Lila Mataji with three loud and enthusiastic Haribol. So Prabhuji and Mataji, are here because really our good fortune has started. Today we can see the Vyasasana is full, right? Because both Prabhuji and Mataji are here. When we made this Vyasasana, Prabhuji, we had a desire that couples like you should come here and give together a lecture. That's why we give two asanas here. And we are once two couples also sat and gave lecture. And His Grace Dwarkadish Prabhu and Vishaka Prem Mataji also came here 3 times. And the center was opened by His Holiness Lokanath Swami Maharaj last year. And it is given, it has been entered from a devotee, this is Sakya Prem Prabhu. And his good son is here today. Anirudh Prabhu, right? Haribol. He lives in America, in Dallas. So he is visiting here. So let's welcome Anirudh Prabhu with 3 loud Haribol. Very sincere devotee. And on the 3rd floor, we have the Voice Center, where around 12 to 15 boys they stay. And they do Mangalarti here. It's a fully operational center. They stay upstairs. And we are very grateful to all families who are supporting this center. Actually, earlier this program used to happen in our house, right? Sunday evenings was a home program. Sunday morning is also a home program in different communities, but we all used to come and meet in the house. But as the number increased, we realized that we also need a center. So we started this last year only. And last year, I think June. June 11. June 11. And we did Rath Yatra also. Here, first Rath Yatra we did for the center this year. So, Prabhuji and Mataji, the next few hours, if Prabhuji and Mataji wants to speak till 10:30, it takes like 4 hours. We have 4 hours. No, but that is enthusiasm, Mataji. Since yesterday they have come and to our side, and I heard from Praveen Rathore Prabhu, he was supposed to take Mataji and Prabhuji for dinner, but they also did a program in their house. So yesterday night a program, today morning a program, today afternoon a program, and now a program, and tomorrow afternoon again a program. So trust me, that anybody would do that only if they have compassion inside, and they have come here to give that to all of us. Let us open our hearts, and with open hearts, let's listen to them. And even if we follow 1% of what they're telling, it will definitely make a big change in our lives. Right? I was just speaking to some Mataji, some girls who came today for the program, like who few of you attended here, Mataji, that young teenage girls. They were so happy. I've never seen that kind of happiness, in Mataji's. When I asked them, I only asked, how was the program? They were like, Prabhuji, this is what we wanted to hear. And Mataji, before speaking, she asked us to tell our version, and then we told they are so connected. And I was really feeling envious that when I was a teenager or I was a young boy, and we never had this kind of guidance. So many things wrong we did, even now we are doing. So with Prabhuji and Mataji coming here, I think Krishna has tolerated us enough, and he has sent some correction to happen in the form of Prabhuji and Mataji, and they are going to tell us everything that is beneficial for us. My only humble request, Prabhuji and Mataji, is please give everything you can to us, because we are very greedy and we need this. We have oriented everybody that we both are coming. Last week we spoke about it. So we are all waiting eagerly to hear what we need to hear. And many of them here, especially actually Sunday evening is mainly for preachers. This is small introduction. This is Mahesh Prabhu. He is preaching in 2 communities, in Aparna Zenith and also in Aliens. He is to preach. He is Prasad Prabhu. And his good wife, I should also introduce Mataji. Mataji will be angry. Wait a second. So here is Mahesh Prabhu and his good wife, Prashanti Mataji. Where is she? There is Prashanti Mataji. Come in the front to the light, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Mahesh Prabhu and Prashanti Mataji ki jai. Yes.
She's
So
the
they are-
woman behind.
Yes, she's the woman behind. And this is Prasad Prabhu and Madhavi Mataji. Where is Madhavi Mataji? They are preaching in two temples, probably, Ramalaya temples. One temple they are doing for congregation, and other temple for children in slums. They brought them, and most of them are started chanting. They changed their whole Veshbhusha. If you see their pictures, it's so emotional. What they do. Entire Saturday, he is the vice president in Broadridge Consulting. He looks so humble, but is a very, very scholarly person. Prasad Prabhu. Hari Bol, Prasad Prabhu and Madhavi Mataji ki jai. This was not the agenda, but I just wanted to introduce you who are there. Santosh Aitya Prabhu. His good wife is not there. The parents are here, and his brother also. There is Mataji, Hare Krishna. Mataji's mother and father is there. They come from 50 kilometers away every week to attend this satsang on the other side of the city. And his brother is also here today. Yeah, he lives in Bangalore. He is visiting now. He used to serve His Holiness Banu Maharaj in Chennai for a long time. Yeah, and many others like Praveen Prabhu and Suma Mataji. Where is Suma Mataji?
She's in Bangalore.
She is in Bangalore now. Hare Krishna. So they also, and Subara Prabhu is not here. Raja Ramesh Prabhu
Mataji
is here. Huh?
Mataji.
Nirubha Mataji. Where is Nirubha Mataji? Yes, very good. So our Subara Prabhu is not here. He is in Boston right now. He is living near the temple. Wherever he goes, he is preaching. So they are very instrumental for our satsang probably. They coordinate the Srimad Bhagavatam distributions and Bhagavad Gita distribution. This year, we have 410 Srimad Bhagavatams distributed.
Hari
So very, very instrumental in coordinating. And yes, Mother, thank you. Please, and there is Shigopal Prabhu. Where is Shigopal Prabhu? Okay. And most sweetest couple of our satsang because they only feed sweet to us. Shigopal Prabhu and Poonam Mataji. Where is Poonam Mataji? This Poonam Mataji. They have big Jagannath deities in their house. Whenever we want to take a count of our satsang, how many are attending, we used to keep a satsang in their house. So everybody will come because they'll make samosas, ragadas, kangadas, pondas, whatever. All they'll make. And the whole family is Krishna conscious. Wonderful. And Sunil Prabhu has also started teaching. Sunil Sachdev Prabhu in my home, Bihanga. Mataji is here. Hare Krishna. But your daughter is there. Where is she? She's here. She's the most regular attendee of satsang, his daughter. Right from this age she comes. Hare Krishna. So here is Akinchan Pri Prabhu, our most pillar of our satsang. Shobha Kumari Mataji. She couldn't help it. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Am I missing anyone? Please forgive me. Raghunandan Prabhu, where is Raghunandan Prabhu? Here, Udayanand Prabhu, Hari Bol, Udayanand Prabhu and Sucharita Mataji. Where is Sucharita? There is Mataji here. And they both of them preach in Salt Lake, in Pebble City. Pebble City. That's a big community probably, and they are teaching there. It is on the other side. I mean, in and around, together around 21 communities we are preaching. So today we visited in one of the communities. Next time we come, we will plan for 21 programs. It's too greedy to have your association. Raja Ramesh Prabhu, and his good wife Tulsi Mataji. Where is Tulsi Mataji? Tulsi Mataji and their two daughters. So they are preaching. They recently started preaching. Please bless them, Prabhuji. Both of them. They recently started preaching in Telugu and in English. In Lansam, Italy also now he is preaching, and also in my home Avatar. My home Avatar is a big community, 3,000 flats, the premier community. And Arvind Prabhu is here. So they could not come. So they are preaching in English, he preaches in Telugu. So both languages we are attacking, probably. different crowds. So very grateful that they are here. And Raghunandan Prabhu is our Nitya Prasad Seva in charge. So every evening there is Prasad distributed in front of the center. And all, and people sponsor here. Whenever there is a birthday, there is anniversary, we are big congregation. All 360 bedders are already sponsored. So we keep, and every evening 200 to 300 drones of Prasad is given on the street. Yes. And Prabhuji is in charge of that. He is a disciple of Sankarshan Adikari Maharaj. So very, very grateful that Prabhuji has come here and doing the service. And Dasraj Prabhu, where is Dasraj Prabhu? Of course, we went to Dasraj Prabhu's house. And he is one of the more. And Manasa Mataji is here.
Sun is raising hand.
Hari, both their sons. Hare Krishna. And There is Makaran Prabhu there, Hare Krishna. They recently relocated from Kolhapur and they've come here. Yeah. Giriraj no Lavanya Mataji. Where is Lavanya Mataji? Both are not there. Yeah, they've gone to Mayapur. So some couples are missing who are preaching, and we also have Balgovind Prabhu, who is my Siksha Guru and my savior. He is the one who preached me in America. He and two devotees together. So he has not come here. He is running a program. He runs 3 different programs in 3 communities. So today evening he has his program, so he should not come here. Here it is good wife, Surabhi Mataji. Pawan Prabhu, very small Prabhu. Oh, he has not come, yeah. Prabhuji and Mataji, have you seen the video of Pawan Prabhu?
Yes,
Roji Pawan Prabhu and Sandhya Mataji, young couple, they came to our satsang 10 years ago. And today he is preaching so voraciously, like this, voracious eater, famous. He preaches like that. 350 people are attending class every Sunday morning. 350 people. He's taking in a temple near BHL. That's on the other side. Which direction he went? The same direction he also is preaching. And there are many others. Actually, everybody sitting here, Radhesham Prabhu's, actually this whole thing is Radhesham Prabhu's idea. We're just executing. That everybody who is capable with whatever material, talent, skills we have, employed in service of Krishna, and everybody should preach. Everybody should become a preacher and spread in different communities. And we all should meet here every Sunday evening and have nice kirtan, katha, and hear from senior devotees like you who are visiting, and go home back to Bharat. So I'll stop my introduction here. Please forgive me if I've missed any family. Raju Prabhu, Siksha Mataji, all families, wonderful. Surendra Prabhu, they're all, we are more dear as friends, probably. We all have good time as a community, and I consider them my Siksha Gurus, that they are teaching how to surrender at each level. Very, very grateful. So let us once again welcome, I don't want to give more time to introduce them, because when they start speaking, you all will be benefited, so you know more. So let us welcome again, heartfelt and really with a lot of gratitude that Krishna has sent this divine couple here to give us what we need to hear. With 3 loud and enthusiastic. Hare Krishna.
श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरो वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथं वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनधा कृष्ण आदां सहगना ललिता विशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनेति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशकारिणे वंश कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरक्षे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका राधा कांत नमोस्तुते भक्तकांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी कृष्णभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये कृपा सिंधु एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। So I am overwhelmed by the way you showing your enthusiasm. That itself is, we both obviously, we didn't know where we are going. First time we are coming here. And very inspiring to see all of you together here, and especially about the activities going on. You mentioned so many names independently, different areas you all are reaching. So thank you very much. Yes, it is all because of Prabhupada's. Um, how is it Prabhupada's? Because the way Prabhupada has left behind these books and devotees, obviously. You read the books and immediately you want to share with others, right? We feel like, this has to be immediately told. I have found some great treasure. Everyone should know. So that's what I see, the power of Prabhupada's. This is otherwise a very complex subject. It is not some easy subject, no? Vedic knowledge. But he has made it accessible to all of us, and you read his books, and anyone with a proper, open heart, he reads it, immediately it is very convincing. And then, so I can see that thing reflecting here as you all are enthusiastically doing it. So please continue. And did Gaurang Prabhu come here anytime? Gaurang Prabhu. So Gaurang Prabhu that day in one of our oh, you were in GBC.
Yeah.
Oh, even I was there. So you remember he was saying that we are 50 years old, but still in India there are so many districts, but we have only covered a very small 200 something, but there are more than nearly 600 districts are there. We have covered only 200 districts. So many districts are still. So then he said something which that is because he travels. He said, then I see that in one place people have conflicts. So he told that please send the person who where the conflicts to me, and I will tell him, I will send him to this place. You go and preach, there is no one to oppose you, whatever you want, you can preach. So instead of, having conflicts in one area, better there are so many years which is untouched. So you go, isn't it right? Lila Prabhu is there to. So still it is not that, like there are organizations when they have some satsang, there are lakhs of people, but ISKCON as such, it is not that we attract such large numbers. We are still in that aspect, so it's still lot to do. And you're already doing it, different areas here. But thank you very much and really appreciate, and that's why I asked whether Gaurang Prabhu was here so I can report to him that there are wonderful devotees who have taken this responsibility. So you all are preaching, so what is there for us to speak now? Hey, you are taking the. So we are 42 years together.
40 years.
She doesn't want to say that.
It's not 42. We got married in 84.
Who is good in maths? Tell me, you got married in 84. So how many years you are married?
40.
40 years.
Woman is always right.
Anyway, I said 40 to check whether how attendee you are. So this is, we all are in Rasta Ashram, right? Ashram means Ashraya. So I was saying that all the ashrams, the purpose and the goal is same, but the standard of renunciation is what makes the ashram different. that is Brahmacharya ashram or Sannyas ashram, the degree of detachment and renunciation is in Gras ashram. There is a lot of freedom, there is liberty, there is socialize opportunities, family members, and the austerity is there, but it is not so rigid, strict. But there are many things which is strongly recommended, especially the responsibilities in a Grahastha life. Why? Because it is a glorious ashram, but at the same time, you know that a lot of fun is made of what family life, no? Husband, wife, a lot of jokes. That means you are in Maya. Yeah, it is true that you hear in Shastra saying that deep, dark, well, but that is only when you are in ignorance. Because the tendency is to lose focus of life. And even if we know the purpose of life, there are so much responsibilities and not exactly distraction, but you get consumed with many responsibilities. You have to make a livelihood, then you have family responsibility, and along with that, this responsibility is there. Devotional responsibility. So I was asking that what should we talk about? So Grahastha ashram actually is one of the most fundamental and integrated part for community. There is a brahmachari community. They are not so easily accessible. But grahasthas are the ones who are easily accessible to the society. Like you are at home and you are practicing and your neighbors are there, relatives are there, friends are there. So many people, they come home and so you are easily accessible. So that is how they are more approachable. But same time, there is something very. The kids will also be attending.
Yes. And how to speak about Grahastha ashram in front of children.
They are very attentive and hearing what we speak.
We go back home and they'll remind you what to do. Actually, they do that. You want them to be here, I have no issue, but I think they should.
So I don't know whether you all think it's relevant or not, but we are here with so much of encouraging things spoken about preaching and all. But we are in Kali Yuga, so there is one thing which is there. We cannot say no. Is relationship between husband and wife. To the extent that marriages are breaking. So you want the kids to be sitting here?
Yeah, I know it's not there.
Hey, all the kids can go.
Mataji can take to the third floor. Anybody can volunteer.
One sitting here.
Yeah. The third floor.
Sorry, kids. Because this is a danger signal for you.
They're asking me, should we stay or go back? They have experience from morning.
Okay.
I said, okay, sit, let's go.
Against the presumption. It's called.
They are okay. Let them learn. Let them know the danger signal also. But not the small children.
Somebody has to be there.
So when I said that we are very much accessible to common society, so it is not what we just practice, that is preaching, but people also observe that how are we dealing with each other, especially husband and wife. That is also very important, that what type of example are we setting to the outside world, because that is also very visible. If that is disrupted, and that can be visible, and then you are preaching the philosophy, So
I
that
don't know what it is. We want kids only below 15, above 15, sir. Above 15. Thank you and sorry. Prabhu, that is okay, Prabhu, you'll not understand anything. No, sir, you'll not understand. It's too small to understand.
So anyway, we are not planned that but we felt that well, this is one subject we also need to talk. I mean, is there anything we need to discuss about it, which is not much spoken in Bhagavatam class or yes, we have got to speak to inspire people, but then when it comes to family responsibilities, there is something which we need. Are we going wrong anywhere? That why this type of a disruption or whatever you want to say about Prabhupada made it very clear that chant and be happy. So is that word happy there in family life? There's a joke now, either you're happy or you're married. Yes, it is true that both are good, both are nice devotees, both are convinced. But when you come together, when you stay together, it is very natural to find faults in each other. In the early, all the good things they disappear, and you start seeing faults. And these thoughts also may arise that did I make a mistake in marrying so and so? These thoughts also will come. But as far as the philosophy is concerned, you all are very well versed. This is an ashram which is glorious, but just by saying glorious, it doesn't become glorious. We have to put effort to make it glorious. So glorious it is when there is clarity about the relationship. Why is marriage? Why is grastashram there? Why is marriage there? Why you need a wife? Why a wife needs an husband? Now what we hear about is, oh, women are very fragile, they need protection. So there has to be a man to protect her. When we talk about women protection, do you know that man needs protection? How many of you agree that wife is actually meant for a man's protection? You agree?
You raise your hand confidently. Thank you.
Till now, we only hear that man protects, he provides, he takes care of our physical needs, our emotional needs, our spiritual needs, a lot of things. But if you in Bhagavatam, there is in the third canto, if you can see if 14th chapter there is two verses are there, 19 and 20. You can check, you can read it. But the 20th verse says, a wife, she is like a Durga. Durga means not Durga, fort. And the fort is meant for protection against attacks. A man, by nature, his senses are always wandering. A woman, by her chaste behavior, she protects her husband from all these type of attacks. So husband needs a wife. It's not that everyone needs a wife. So even those who are brahmacharis, if you start thinking, so I need a wife for my protection. No, those who are brahmacharis, for them, total submissiveness to their spiritual master and their god brothers, total is serving and developing relationship between each other. That itself takes care of they are protected by that type of relationship. Because but we are talking about those who are in Grasta life. So she is someone who is together to do this activity to make progress. She is the one who can, when the modes of nature are going, and she can be the one who can preach, protect by her own example, inspire. So why we are speaking about this is when that type of understanding is lost, then it is seen as an object of sense gratification. But now that doesn't mean that now women should start seeing that you heard this, that we have that, which is actually true, that women have the, you heard that women have the power to make or break the family. You heard this is a gift given. But if she uses for her own selfish interest, she can break it. But if she knows the higher purpose of same power what she has, she can make it for higher. So there are so many things spoken about it. But then where we have gone wrong is times have changed. So when we talk only about women being very submissive, it is considered as if they don't have any type of dignity or respect, or always to be spoken that you have to be obedient. So now with things changing, women are all of course very qualified. So we don't expect the same mindset, because but mindset means that she has to be usually people say that she has to be very submissive and obedient. But that is when the husband is a very good example. You can't demand that type of a thing when you yourself are not a very good example. People say that, see, Sita, how submissive she is. So, are you like Ram? May not be like Ram, but you want your wife to be like Sita. So, there are a lot of, so we will, instead of I talking, if you also have anything, we will keep it open so you can ask. Our whole purpose is that how do we develop a relationship where Shastra says that once when a man and a woman come together they have a purpose, so they become one. Have you heard this? That they become one with two souls. So that means they are one body. And in that, wife is at the better of. She's Ardhangini. You heard this?
Yes.
So when they become one, can they be separated? That means you have to separate, means you have to cut the body, no? So they can be separated only when the husband, for higher purpose, with the wife's support, with the wife's encouragement, inspiration, he leaves the family life. Means he goes out. That's the only time they are separate. Or one leave their body, then they are separate. So that sense there is no question about any separation. So Prem Lila had an opportunity to interact. To those days Maharaj was easily accessible. So it is not that marriage is not a problem, husband wife have a problem. I repeatedly say that you may look at that we are sitting here, it appears that if they are very nice, ideal. No, we have problems. And we both are completely different. So disagreement and arguments, conflicts, and many times the lower modes arising, and looking at each other with anger, or trying to correct each other, finding faults in each other. Don't think that we are immune to that. So now the purpose is that if we are saying it like this, then what do we do that? How do we rise above? That is the topic today to subject.
Yeah.
Just before you speak, I repeatedly said, again I told, I think, you know that Mahatma Gandhi also had problem. Who is Mahatma Gandhi? The father of nation, and known for what? Non-violence, ahimsa. Now just think that, how prevalent it is. He once told his wife Kasturi, I don't want to see you, get out of this house right now, out. Get out of this house. And he told her to get out, and he closed the door, banged the door, and she was out. And it was in the evening. And next day morning, he opened the door and she was still sitting there. So he said, what are you doing here? I told you to get out from here. I don't want to see you. So she looked back at him and said, where will I go? So when she said, where will I go? Gandhiji said, forget it. Come inside. So this forget it is the sutra. This is the secret mantra. That things which happen is not taken very seriously. Difference is there, arguments are there, but then not to be taken very seriously. It is said that these type of differences and conflicts are like lightning without rain. Just a light. So I'll stop here now. Yeah.
Sorry.
So in married life, there will be challenges like this. Interruption will be there. Nothing is very smooth. There is one quote which says that material exists. God doesn't promise you a very peaceful ocean. Ocean is peaceful, but He can promise you an unsinkable ship. That He can promise. Okay, now you please.
Hare Krishna. Adikeshav was talking on the grass.
Can you?
That's what is not.
Hare Krishna. Okay. So, it's a very serious issue. Because keeping a marriage together. Because you hear so much in ISKCON itself. We have a highest philosophy of Krishna consciousness, but still the marriages are not working. Of course, this is not any hidden secret. We all know that so many marriages are not working. We see in our own communities, so many marriages are not working. And all over India, in ISKCON, many marriages are not working. Now we have to know why it is not working. What is that thing? We have such a high philosophy which is given to us by Prabhupada. Why still the marriage is not working? There are some which you don't follow. Right? When we follow these do's and don'ts, it really helps in progressing because our ultimate goal in life is to become a pure devotee and preach, preach all over the world. Because Prabhupada said that each one of you can become a guru. Of course, we don't aspire to become a guru, but that opportunity is given to us. But if we don't purify our consciousness, how do we take up that status? And how, unless you are not very pure, how can you preach others? When you start preaching, tell me, there are so many teachers we were introduced. Don't any of your people whom you preach, they come and ask you, Prabhuji, what should I do? My marriage is having this problem, this problem. How do you handle it? When our own marriages are not working, how can we answer them? So we need to see that as a leader, as a Forget even if you're not a leader, how you need to work on your own relationship so that you have a smooth relationship, and then you can stand up and propagate about having a wonderful relationship so that you can, become a good devotee. So I don't want to tell you what happens in the marriage because all of us have an experience. Like even after 40 years, we still say that there is a problem in the marriage, which is true. It is there everywhere. I remember once, we were quite young and we were traveling with Bhakti Rasamrit Maharaj. And he happened to ask us, I've never seen you fight. How is that? So he said, Maharaj, where do you have time to fight? Because we both are from morning to evening, we are so busy with our own work. So I felt very nice. It's very true. I took it very seriously. Most of the time, sometime, not most of the time, sometime, idle mind is devil's workshop. When you're very idle and if you had fought with your husband, wow, give enough time to your mind to contemplate how bad he is, how bad she is. But if you're busy with the work, busy doing something, you'll not have so much of time to give your thoughts to your mind, which keeps asking for your wrong attention. This mind, we have heard that how we have to make them our friend. It's very important that we make them our friend. How do you make your mind your friend? What does your friend do? He always gives you advice or something or the other. He says. But if he says something nice, it's good. But if he says something wrong, we should not accept it. So Prabhu, just tell me what you will do if your friend gives you a wrong advice. What you do?
You may say that this is a wrong way.
Sorry?
I don't agree with this.
You don't agree with him.
It's
So
illogical.
not to agree, what you will do? How you show that you don't agree with him?
I think it's a through body language.
How?
So showing the disinterest over on the face.
Very good. You don't show interest in what he's saying. You have to do the same thing with your mind. When your mind gives you wrong suggestion, you should tell your mind, shut up. I'm not going to listen to you. You have to listen to me. And change your thought process into the better to which will help you in your relationship. See, when your mind gives you wrong advice, what you're going to do is you're going to ruin your life. So when they're wrong advice, we have to stop that advice and try to bring up a new thing which will help us in a relationship. We always, even when we work, when we work as a partners, right? When things don't work with the partners, we don't fight and break because we know it's a big, huge, project you have. So you try to manage everything and try to see that you all work together peacefully, and you try to see that everything you do, see that you work, very nicely together. Same thing is marriage, that we should try our best to get all the positive thing in our life so that we can see our marriage works. Now, I don't want to tell, what happens in marriage, where we know we have so many reasons to fight, argue, and, what to say, to make it worse. But let's discuss on what makes your marriage work. What things you can do to make everybody, all of us, it is for me also, to him also, and all of us to understand. What can your marriage work? Can you tell me? I'm sure you all know because you all have practiced and you all have trial and error method you must have tried. What made your marriage work?
You said
Anybody can answer? Anyone? Any Matajis or Prabhujis?
It should be
Cooperation? Very good. Thank you.
honest communication.
Honest communication. Very good. Communication is very important. When you know that, what exactly you mean by communication?
So expressing the interest, what are the likes and dislikes.
That is the initial stage. When you are fighting, what is the communication? You have fought and not looked at each other for last 3 days. Then how you start the communication?
Apologize.
Yeah, who will do that first? Who will say sorry first? He or she?
Give 1 day buffer time.
Huh?
1 day will give buffer.
1 day? No, you are getting 3 days buffer. You have not spoken to each other for 3 days.
No, I will take only 1 day buffer.
1 day buffer. Then what you
If there
do?
is no response, I will apologize.
You approach. Wonderful. Very responsible husband. He is very good. Anyone who says sorry first and thank you first, that person is very sincere in Prabhupada's movement because they are really taken responsibility of seeing their marriage work. Thank you, Prabhu, for this. Maharaj once was saying that my mother only taught me 2 things: to say sorry and thank you. And Maharaj is such a gratitude heart. He's so grateful. Even you do small thing for him, and he's so grateful. And he always says thank you. He always says thank you and always says sorry. For small thing, even if it's not his mistake, but because it was done under his guidance, he will take responsibility of that, whatever issue. And he says, I'm so sorry this happened, it's my mistake. I should have done. I have seen, when one boy, because he was hurt by because he was when he was going through lots of problem and he was not getting the right response. Maharaj took the responsibility. I'm so sorry. I know it was my mistake. I should have taken the responsibility. I didn't do it. He became so humble in front of him. He's a guru. And he never thought that I'm a guru. If I say I'm sorry and it was my mistake, what people will think. He never thought like this. He genuinely felt that it's my mistake. I should have done something for it. And he did say sorry and he resolved the whole issue. And this boy is so fascinated by Maharaj because he said at least he took responsibility. He didn't have any grudges after that. He took responsibility. He genuinely took the responsibility. When you genuinely say sorry, Prabhu, you are passing a very positive energy to your spouse. Even if she's in very Durga mood, want to fight. But after you say sorry, because with lots of positivity, she becomes very mellow, very sober. Becomes very sober, and she will realize that my husband is taking the first step. Let me also do it. Okay, what is the next thing that we think marriage will work? Sorry?
Someone said this. Patience.
Patience, tolerance. Yes, very nice. Tolerance. Can you explain what exactly you all mean by tolerance? Mataji, disclaimer, I'm hard of hearing. I know you pass the mic.
That mic can be passed.
If one person is upset, the other person can understand.
Sorry,
Mic.
Mataji, I'm sorry, I'm not mad.
Oh, but still you have realization. Very good. That's nice.
No, like what I heard from my seniors is like if one person is upset, the other person can understand, and if the other person is upset, one person can understand, and they have to tolerate. Like this is just what I.
But still, I want a meaning of tolerance in married life. Yes, pass on to the married woman. Yeah.
Mataji, it comes by the experience.
What experience?
Experience in the sense many situations will come in the house. By that situations, we will learn the tolerance. How
Yeah,
to
but I want to know what exactly you mean by tolerance. Tolerance means what?
Acceptance that everyone is different.
On the mic, please.
Acceptance that everyone is different.
Oh, very good. Thank you. No, tolerance doesn't mean you wait for the right moment to go and fight with your spouse. No, that is not called tolerance. Acceptance,
Except that
yeah, that we all are
everyone
different.
is different.
Very true, very nice. Thank you. Hey, I think husbands are very nice, Lila and Prabhu. So sweet. All the husbands are so sweet. Huh? But whatever it is,
They are saying that they are very good in preaching.
oh, very good. Practicing.
Mataji is saying that Prabhujis are good preachers, but Matajis are good practitioners.
Practitioner, then only because of the preaching you all can practice. Mataji already told in the girls, I always love boys. So even for men, I always have lots of feeling for the men because I know sometimes they suffer because of us. No, I'm also on the Mataji side. I know that many men are very cruel. They keep quiet, they don't talk, they don't respect, they don't acknowledge their emotion. If they want sari, you all don't get a sari. So even that is bad. So men are good, not good. Mataji sir. Huh?
Saying this for only satisfying.
No, not at all. I mean every word what I speak.
Mataji, what do you do when the opposite person, when partner becomes silent?
Oh wow, ask me. Ask me that question. Please ask me that question. How do I manage? How do I manage? Silent zone.
That is more
Agree, yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do what to do?
I remain silent because you Bhagavad Gita says that you should anudvega, you should not unnecessarily agitate anything.
Yeah, when they are silent, you also should understand what is the reason behind the silence. In his case, he doesn't want to argue or doesn't fight. But there's no argument. Just lately happened. You were just into silence. He'll not speak, and I suddenly think, what happened? Then I said, maybe he wanted space. So I kept quiet. I said, okay, take your space. Just take your space. I didn't say anything much, and I also kept quiet. So sometimes we have to tolerate all this, knowing that our spouse has some of their nature, which even they are not able to give up. So we have to try to understand and try to help them to understand. Then later on, maybe you should speak to them a whole lot. You know how we say, honestly, that good communication where you can tell them that how to handle, because it hurts when they don't speak. And you don't know what is the reason they don't speak, You have not done anything wrong and suddenly they go into silent zone.
Yes.
And it really hurts, Prabhu.
Yes.
I want Adikeshav Prabhu to know that how much it hurts me also. It really hurts. Then one day I decided, okay, I think he's going through his own, he must be having his own issue and he just doesn't want to talk. It's fine with me. Even I became very quiet. Then what I wanted to teach a lesson, when he started speaking, I also took him to silent zone. I wanted him to realize silent zone hurts. Of course, you should not do that because we are married for so many years. So some mistakes we do, we are still able to go up. But sometime when you're newly married or just married for 15 years, it can be a very bad, if you do like this. Even you want to fight against your husband, even I will not care, even I'll keep quiet. Because we are married for so many years, after having all the fights and all, we have lots of communication. We are very fortunate that we have good communication. I remember, I honestly tell you, we really have a good communication. I remember so many times, I sit and make him sit and talk. I don't like what you did. I didn't like it. Initially, when we got married also, we had this relation where we'd talk. In the end of the day, we decided that whenever we do something wrong and it hurt the other person, we are going to speak about it. And night before sleeping, we should talk and discuss that this is what I didn't like, this is what you didn't like. So then now we realize that what he doesn't like, what I don't like. There are many things we learned. So yeah, anyway, then I'm going out of the topic, okay. What is that as tolerance? There's one thing very important. Come on, Mataji, I want you to answer. What is another thing which makes your marriage work? Sorry? Very true. Forgiveness. What exactly, you have to explain me to what is forgiveness. What is forgiveness exactly? What is forgiveness? Mataji, can you answer? What exactly you mean by forgiveness?
Like as Prabhuji told, forget it. That attitude. Okay, whatever happened, forget it, leave it. So let's start fresh, talk, and move on like that.
And keep it in your heart for years together.
No, communicate.
Then afterwards, make it a big issue. That 10th anniversary you did this to me. That 5 years ago your mother said this to me. We remember and we start remembering everything. So I want to know what exactly is forgiveness. It's not so easy to take forget it. Not possible. Mahatma Gandhi did it because his wife was very submissive. You should accept nowadays we Matajis are not so submissive. We know to stand up for ourselves. So what exactly you mean by forgiving? How do you practice forgiveness? Don't be silent. You're a good preacher. Come on, you all know on this. How? Yes? Hey, only Mataji is answering. Very good. 10 points to all of you.
Mataji, maybe we should understand his intention was different, but action was different. Intention is something else, but action was something else.
So maturely handling that. What is that?
Last week's session was saying. Last week that was a session.
Intention and action.
Mataji, but don't forget, Kalaji put her out of the room house. Huh? That you should not forget. You have to fight for that also. Lila and Prabhu, forgiveness. I want you to answer the forgiveness. And when I got the reply from there, what exactly is forgiveness?
Sorry, what was the question again?
What do you mean by forgiveness? How in married life you practice forgiveness?
To tell sorry even when you are not at fault.
Oh wow! And then
Like settle the matter. Settle the matter.
that is for you. But what about a woman when she keeps so much in her heart, and you have done something really very wrong, and we still keep it in our heart? And you may say forget and sorry, but because you didn't get hurt, we got hurt. So how do you handle that?
Give more time, spend time, take her out. Just buy.
Give her sari, give her jewelry. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. You can only pacify, but you can't make her forget what happened here. You have to make her forget what happened here.
Realize our exact mistake
Huh.
and explain why that mistake really happened.
Very good. You know what? In relationship, very good, Prabhu. Yeah, Prabhu, repeat again loudly. Yeah.
Realize why that mistake happened and explain under what circumstances that mistake I have done.
Yeah, and also promise that this mistake will not happen again.
Yeah.
Because of maturity. Then only you will be able to forgive and forget, right? Because forgiveness is not so easy. Because everybody keeps their scratches in their heart so much. You may superficially, get sari and jewelry. It may be pacified, but they will not forget that you have hurt. Forget everything. In spiritual life, I'll tell you. How many people are knowing about our God brother Stoka Krishna Prabhu was a brahmachari? You remember? He left his body. And I was there when Gurudev was asking him. He said, Stoka Krishna, speak about our relationship. What do you remember about our relationship? So he started speaking 2-3 incidents where Maharaj chastised him. And Maharaj said, in all this, when you was with me as a servant, you only remember when I chastised you. You don't remember anything good. So imagine here also it's like that. So what will happen to our relationship? Because we always remember that negative thing happened with us. We are not easily forgetting. We are not viduras to forgive our brothers and come back. He came back because he genuinely forgave Dhritarashtra. And he had a compassion of taking this Dhritarashtra back to Prabhu. This is stop.
Please, sorry.
Hare Krishna. Okay. Then he had a genuine compassion for his brother, and he took his brother back to Godhead, help him to go back to God. So we need that conviction of forgiveness, that it is not good to keep grudges with our own partner, because by keeping this anger, hatred, grudges toward the partner is only breaking our relationship. We may physically live together, but we are not happy together. We may live together because society, because of the fear of society or fear of a parent, or maybe because of the children. We may live together as a husband and wife, but actually we are not living together in a true sense. So forgiveness plays a very important aspect. And there's one more thing which is very important, which our Gurudev is very famous all over the world. Can you remember anything? Well, humility शादी में नहीं चलता है.
Insensitive.
Gratitude.
Something very close. Gratitude is just something very close.
Being sensitive.
Very sensitive. Yeah, I was thinking about appreciation. I was saying, Gurudev, even small thing you do, you appreciate that person. You don't have to do major thing in your life. You do small thing and he appreciates. He appreciates you to such an extent, you start feeling, my God, I did such a small thing and he appreciated, and I feel so encouraged to do something bigger in life. The same thing with husband and wife. Even if you see small things they are doing for us, we should appreciate. We take them for granted. We don't bother to appreciate. Adikeshav Prabhu has a nice example about that food. Can you?
Wife went one
On it there.
And this is very, because you all know that, male ego and the way a woman thinks are different. No? There is a very famous book. No? Men are from Mars and women are from Mars. So this woman went to, I can't live with this man. I mean, he doesn't like whatever I cook. Uh, she was very disgusted with that. There is. So Maharaj heard it, and then after a few days, he called her husband and he spoke to her. You don't like what she does? Of course, I like it very much. But have you told her this? Do I need to tell this? She should understand, no, that I like her cooking. So this is what she thought. He doesn't like, but she has not heard any appreciation. Of course, there is one more case because see, maybe in our culture we may not be so, but we are coming from different backgrounds. When we get married, now many marriages are because both are devotees, so they may not be from the same cultural background. But it is necessary that you marry from the same, if it's possible. But many times it doesn't. So this is one again a real life. So this was at another level, not from India. So this American guy married an Italian. She's an Italian and he's American. And very soon after nearly 1 year of marriage, the husband was very unhappy with the marriage, and he went and said that I cannot live with her. So what is the problem? He said because she treats me like a dog. It's a very serious accusation, no? So like a dog? Would anyone wife treat her husband like a dog? So then he called the wife and asked that, is it like this? He thinks like this. So what had happened is, the loaf of bread is there, no? Huh? Yeah. So the last part of the bread in Italy, it is offered to the most respectable person in the family. The last. But in America, the last side, no? The loaf of bread is
The
there.
first and the last, it is little
First and the
hard.
last bread, that is usually thrown to the dog.
In America.
So now she was giving him that's a culture. And he was saying from his point of view that it's a big insult to him. So there was a poor communication issue, and it went to such an extent that he thought that she's treating me like a dog. So I know you may think, oh, this is too much, it's exaggerated, but there are many small things because we are coming from different, so the perception, she has a different perception, he has a different perception, and they're together. So these things happen. So if there is a good communication, and as someone said that she is different. So actually we are different. Why? Even if you are from the same caste and same community and same gotra or whatever, I don't know, everything same, our food styles or this, but still there is difference. Lot of difference is there. So how do we resolve the differences, which is very natural. So that is only when we rise above, and you all are practitioners. So obviously that's the only solution. Transcend and come above, and then you have a better perspective about. So we are just sharing with you all how relations begin, but how to nourish them, how to develop them, how to maintain them, how to sustain them. It's a big challenge. It's a challenge. So the degree relationship are really nourished. All other responsibilities become very easy. Like, you all are preachers. Imagine a relationship, good husband and wife together preaching. What an effective preaching it can be, right? So, but if you are very enthusiastic to only preach, no, preaching is more important. But Bhaktivinoda Thakur himself says in family life, the first most important thing is the sadhana, and then the health. Health is also important. Means balance it. Balance is not that you're not eaten food, you're not slept, and you're going here, there, and doing. Take care of your health. Also, the body also needs rest. The third thing is, as a husband, of course, nowadays the income is, even wife is working, but at least a husband, he should have a very stable job where there is a steady income coming. There is no anxiety to the wife that this is a very important thing. We're talking about stability in married life. So the income is not that Krishna definitely is the maintainer. No, he'll take care of it. No problem. It's important that there is an income coming. Fourth one is family. Spending time with the family and their needs, having quality time with the children. And then the last one is preaching. If you, as a preacher, people are appreciating, oh, what a great preacher he is. But you go back to the family and ask that how are they feeling, they may be disgusted with, they don't have, even the children are feeling, what is he, like, because when he comes home, he's in a different mood. So a preacher, but for those who are in the ashram, for them it is mainly the top sadhana, then the health, and then straight. But if a grahastha tries to imitate, thinking that that has more recognition, and he is not very serious about these two responsibilities, then there is a disaster. That's all. So these are few things here and there to avoid, and be what you are. Be you're a grahastha. Don't try to behave like you are a grahastha. So grahastha responsibilities are different. I don't know how wife sees you and what is she expecting.
We'll discuss the next point, which is that going to help in your relationship. Is a very important point, which you always do as a preacher. When you talk to others, we always tend to do this. What is that? We keep encouraging others, right? Even if you see that little bit, you say, you encourage, Prabhu, don't worry, everything will be fine. Come on, you start, you do it. Same thing as a husband and wife, we have to encourage each other what they like. Like if you know your husband likes to preach, don't discourage him. Encourage him, because if he doesn't get what he wants, then he'll die within himself. It's same thing for Mataji. When they like something and you discourage them, then they're not able to make anything move forward. I noticed this from Gurudev, Gurudev doesn't want to see what, he just sees that you're good at it. Then he says, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Encourage them to do whatever they like, because that will sustain them in Krishna consciousness. You may like to preach and you think everybody should preach, and you love to preach, and you sustain in Krishna consciousness because of your preaching. But if your wife is not a preacher, don't push her to preach. Encourage her what she likes, not which is not Krishna conscious. Encourage her whatever she likes. If she just likes to sit at home only cook, encourage her. Why don't you learn this? Why don't you do this? And then say, well, we can call devotees. Because what happens when you devotees come home, she cooks nice prasad, then she gets appreciated. When you yourself will appreciate your wife for a good cooking, she feels very encouraged, and then she would like to listen to what you're saying or follow what you're saying. Now, what happens as soon as we get married? We expect that as soon as my wife has to do it or my husband has to do it. Where in the Shastra is it like this? You need to spend quality time to understand each other, understand what is each other's need, and try to help and encourage each other to go ahead with their needs. Because everybody has come with their own needs. When we get married, today I was telling the girls, when you get married, you get married with the hope that my wife will be a nice wife and I'll be happy. And the girl gets married thinking, oh, my husband is one of the best. He's so nice. He's so kind. Everything depends on him. Tomorrow is not nice. He uses little one heavy word. Your marriage trashed. Because you're going with the expectation that he will be better or she will be better. Don't go with that expectation. Just think how you can manage it. That I'm getting married to him, whatever he may be, in whatever situation, I should help and save this marriage, save the relationship. Trust me, when you take this responsibility, you start working on it, because it is your responsibility to see that marriage work. Then you really start working, because it is my responsibility. It's not the other side. He's not he's not responsible. I have to be responsible for this marriage to work, and I'll start working really hard. When I got married, my father told me, if this marriage doesn't work, I blame you. And there's such a thing on my head that I have to make this marriage work, come what may. And when you have such a thing on your head, you really start working on your marriage. You try to save and help your marriage to grow. Because the responsibility was pushed on me and I had to take it. I had no other choice than to take it. So same thing, but nobody need to push us. But we on our own should take the responsibility of seeing that our marriage works. And don't blame the other party. When you start taking responsibility, trust me, the other party will definitely change, and your marriage will really work. And one main point in the marriage to work is to have respect for each other. When there is no respect for each other, marriage doesn't work. We need to respect each other for whatever they are. They are with all their qualities. We have to help them, definitely, but you should. I remember once Maharaj telling one couple, you respect your wife and see what she can do for you. See what she will do for you. Because not only with the wife, but even for the man, we have to respect them for whatever they are. When you respect them, your marriage really starts working. It's a very important aspect that there should be a respect in a marriage. When you feel that, when your wife or husband, they feel that you're not respecting, then it's a very serious issue. We should sit and start thinking why they feel like this, that they are not respected. We have to start working on it to see that we respect each other in a marriage work. There are many aspects of the marriage, but I know that we don't have that much of time to go on talking. We rather ask for a question. In that question, I'm sure we are going to do more churning. So can we have questions, please? I'm sure.
Just
Yes.
one aspect about the respect part, which of course as a man, as an husband, how does a man is usually out, and he's dealing with so many other things, he has to meet worldly people, interact, and then he comes home. Home is his shelter. But when he comes home, he has gone through a lot of stress for last 8-10 hours outside. When he comes home, if the wife and the children, they have no respect for, he has come with what he must have come with. He has come, that's his job, he has come and all. So this hurts because he's expecting some type of a respect. At least value that he has come and, okay, let him sit down. Don't immediately start bringing out some issues about this. He's already hurt. At least in a home, maybe that is another time to talk. Even the children have to be trained. The father has come, the children indifferent whether he has come, that's his. It hurts. He's working for home. He's working for his wife and children, but he has to be. And same thing, the husband, he comes home and he has no idea about what his wife must have gone through in the whole day. He has no understanding. He thinks only about his problem. That and she has a problem. Whole day the household work doesn't end. Isn't it? So many things going on since morning. So he also should know that she also must have gone. So it is a mutual type of a respect, understanding each other. She is doing her, and she also knows that he is coming from out. Isn't it? It is said, Bhagavatam said, that when the husband comes home, one of the responsibility of the wife is to see that when he enters the home, he should feel so nice. She has created such a nice one atmosphere, nice place to sit. He's longing to come back home. You know that it's a fact. There is someone was telling me, GBC in that this came up now.
Yeah.
Who was that? Is it from Philippines or someone said nowadays after the office hours, husbands they spend time more in the bars and all sitting. Why? They don't want to go home. Because they feel that going home will be more stressful. So they're delaying going home. I'm just giving you an example of one particular thing which was told. You are speaking there. So there are many men, they at one spot they assemble and they have the same problem. Oh, I want to go home here, wait here, let us at least probably, something we can just spend some. Then because he is expecting that as soon as I go home there will be. So this is one thing which woman should know that he's coming from out, he's already a lot of stress. And same thing I'm talking about husband, that they have their own, the whole household work is not an easy task, taking care of children and so many other things. So if husband has a wife who takes care of the house so nicely, he is very blessed because he has the freedom to go on to do his responsibility nicely. So this is what a woman's role is, what she plays, an important role. But somewhere it is not being maybe valued or appreciated, or so maybe we also don't know that what is that which is not helping us to nourish or experience a very nice type of our relationship. That's what I'm not saying. I'm not generalizing it, but there are, in spite of knowing the philosophy, you're a practitioner, you know the goal of life, still there is somewhere what is making. So we are just discussing.
Because I think
We're discussing.
as a husband, wife, we don't know the skill how to handle the challenges of relationship. We have to learn the skill how to handle it. When a husband says something or the wife says something, if we know the skill how to handle it, maybe our life will be better. Because lately now in USA, they're saying the marriage, what there should be a pre-marital training. If you want to marry, the training should be given because before marriage training is more important. They're not promising that there will be no divorce, but they promise the divorce rate will go down. So even I feel that training should be given. We are not trained our girls and boys. Today I was thinking with the class, so they were saying, why this training is only for the girls, not for the boys? I think the boys also, then I told them, if I get an opportunity, I'll definitely speak to the boys, but they have not given me the opportunity to talk. That's why I'm talking to you all. So because we should train both the boys and the girls before they go for marriage. We should have the training session. Because when they're trained, they're taught many skills from them. They are given, we try to give them example and we try to teach them how to handle this such situation. Situation with your mother-in-law, who always trying to find fault in her, in you. How you handle her, how to handle your husband, who also listens to his mother and tries to fight with you. Because his mother keeps telling him and feeding him, your wife is like this, like this. And of course the husband fights, he's not having a good relationship. How to handle such situation. So there is some training thing, which we need to have for the girls. Anyway, can you open for question, please, so that we can have more churning of this topic.
So the qualities you went on saying about the
I just ignited the fire.
Right.
Because I know if I ignite the fire, there are many questions.
Questions will come, but this what he spoke is what
Make the marriage work.
His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, he has listed down that these are the foundational things for a relationship. So she was saying about tolerance, forgiveness, appreciation, resolving the differences, and encouraging. So this is, so they are, each one of them are quite profound and deep. So there was question there, you can ask, or he raised.
The mic is here, so probably you ask, then you can pass down the mic. Mic is here.
Is loud enough, he can.
We'll send the mic, 1 minute.
It's for everyone to hear, so.
Adikeshav, Mataji, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu, thank you.
I want to bring up a situation here because just wanted to understand, because you said you know how to. You said that you have some tips and tricks for us.
Yeah, we have some skills. Yes, Prabhu.
So just a situation is like there's a bride and groom is from a background where he respects tradition and value and culture, and he is a person where he thinks that he has to. Maybe you can think that that's an expectation, but he thinks that the wife, when I get married, she should get up early, she should pray God, she should do household rituals. At least she should take care of family, respect. When someone is coming to home, she has to smile, greet them and do all those things. So this is how a groom is. When it comes to bride, she is in a family where she is good, but still she is not open. she's not open to communication. Like the groom says when someone enters the houses, you have to greet or smile. But she's not in that background. She just sees them and she just waves her head and she goes inside. And the other person doesn't know whether she's smiling or she's saying or she's greeting or not. So she's in that way, and she doesn't. She has that nature of not waking up early. She stays on bed for like 10:30 or 11 o'clock in the morning, and she wakes up at 12 o'clock. But the respect is there between both of them. He's respecting her and she's respecting him, and he's also in a way that he's trying to slowly tell her, or say that this is how we are. So how about you think in that way? Whether can you just adapt to this culture, or see that how can we do this? How can we deal with this? So this is the situation. So can you just tell us maybe one or few two tips for a groom to understand, like how to bring her? Maybe I don't say that she's in fault. She's doing what is her brought up or whatever. But
Prabhu, before taking, we have to learn to give. Before taking from someone, we have to learn to give. When you start giving, taking becomes very easy. So especially in all relationships, first we should learn to give. Give them love, give them respect, talk to them, do everything from your side to make that other person very comfortable. And when they receive so much of love, they will try to listen to what you're saying. What happens in a relationship, as soon as we get married, the first comes is all expectation. You have to be like this, you have to be like this. It's too much of stress, because even the other party came into marriage thinking that that other person will understand me. Both of them come into the marriage thinking that other person will understand and they will adjust for me. Both are coming with that attitude. That other person will adjust for me, other person. But actually, to expect this is also too much. We have to start giving in relationship. When you start giving in relationship, then you can take from the relationship. It's just like a bank account. If you have put enough money in the bank, then you can withdraw. If you don't put the money in the bank and you go and try to withdraw, what you'll get? You'll not get any money. So first is put the money in the bank, slowly. You don't get 1 lakh in one day. You slowly, if you're earning not too good, you may just put 5,000, then you put 10,000, you may put 2,000. That's how it becomes, 1 lakh for a long time, after a long time. But after some time, when you want some 1 lakh rupee, you can easily remove it because there is so much in the account. Same thing, this is called emotional account. First you need to put, then you need to take it out. If you don't put, what you'll get is empty hand, nothing will come. But just my small understanding about this issue.
No, I mean, we know that we all are individuals are different, as we already discussed that. So, but when we come together, we expect same expectation that she should be like this, or he should be like this, and we try to change them. Try to change them in a very demanding way. It doesn't work. Yeah, that's all.
yes, Prabhu. So here, groom did understand him. Groom did understand her.
Yeah.
He is respecting her. Eventually, the change is maybe not seen in her.
Yeah.
It's just going on. So I'm just asking, like, is there something that maybe, and he's also trying to see that okay, in a good way. He is respecting. He is giving her space and all this stuff. So that's what I thought.
Yeah, sometimes what happens, Prabhu, we give according to what we have, and the other person needed something else. Like, you know Telugu?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Prabhu. You try to speak in Telugu, I will not understand. If I speak in Marathi, you don't understand. So I'm not supposed to speak to you in Marathi because you don't understand I'm speaking. And also, if you want to talk to me, there is one language you'll have to come where we can both understand. So English is a language where you understand and I understand. It's same with the relationship. We have to understand what is that other person's need. What exactly that other person wants from me, that I can do it so that she or he does what we want. You understand? Try to understand of the language. When we are speaking in two different languages, we don't understand each other. He must be doing, but he is doing what is making him happy, not her. You have to do what makes her happy, so that you can get a response from her. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
You want to go?
Yeah, Prabhu, can I have the mic here, Prabhu, please? Thank you. Okay, yes, Prabhu, yes, sir.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
This is regarding the premarital training.
Yes,
for
Prabhu.
kids. So they are with us. They have been silently observing everything, who is right, who is wrong. I think I'm right and my wife thinks she's right. They only know who is right. And what they are asking about, why they are fighting, whom they are respecting, whom they are not doing that. So this silent learning is what I feel and what I think that it's a training. Do we need additional training?
He is saying that the would-be marrying people, they're watching their parents. And so that itself is a training.
Yeah, they know that. That's why they don't want to get married. You know that? Trust me. Trust me, they don't want to get married after seeing our parents. They know enough. Enough.
And question number two.
I'll tell you, my son is not married for 38 years. And you ask him, you say, I'm only finding so difficult to manage myself. Imagine I have to manage somebody else. I'm not able to convince him till today that you need to get married. He always says, thank you. You are happy, you be there. Don't tell me to get married. What to do?
The question number two, Mataji, in considering that they are silently observing and they follow us, like you mentioned that they will never get married, looking at us. The point is that can we, I mean, it is our duty to behave good so that they understand the values of the marriage and accept for the marriage.
Yes, sir. We can try our best, but sometimes marriage is such a thing, no Prabhu. Sometimes they are destined to be married or they are not destined to be married. So we don't know what is Krishna's plan for them. We may try our best. You know, other day I know one person not married. In my own cousin, my cousin's daughter, she's already 32. And everything they tried, they didn't get. And that day my cousin called me up, Akka, my daughter is getting engaged. She's so happy. It's very difficult, you know, we don't know because nowadays in Kali Yuga, girls and boys, they have so many questions. I didn't even know why I have to get married. I just got married because my parents, same thing with him. He was told to get married, so he married. We didn't ask the question, why should I get married? I don't want to get married. But nowadays children are not like that. They already decided whether they want to get married, but they don't want to get married. Their choice. We have to just speak the truth and tell them what is the need and help them and then give it to them, let them handle their own situation. Thank you, Prabhu.
Prasad Prabhu. Mataji is also.
Can raise your hand so we know that.
Yeah.
So,
Yes, Prabhu.
there is one hand there. Yeah, Mataji, do raise the hand.
Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Mataji, Prabhu. Wonderful session. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, the question is related to appreciation. Okay, there's few points came up. So if we think the partner is integral part of our life, okay, it's like appreciation is not there in our culture. Okay, and if you think he or she, okay, already part, she's successful partner and failure, she's also integral part. Then like you don't even think like I have to appreciate. Okay. So,
I'll tell you the joke between us afterwards.
No, you repeat the question, what is it? Maybe,
Yeah. He's saying that it is so normal, you know, we are living together. Is there appreciation needed, right?
Needed.
Why we need it? Because once I'd add a thing and I say, Adikeshav, but Premila, I'm living with you for so many years. Even that, more than that also you want to know that I have to appreciate you? And I said, do you have any choice to go anywhere else? I said, you have no choice, then you have to come here. But that is not the answer. But yeah, I think, Prabhu, see, that is not the answer. Adikeshav would like to answer. Okay, that is not the thing, Prabhu. Appreciation, you don't make anybody's life very dry. Like somebody today told me, you know, sometimes I know that relation is there, then you leave with the relation. But after some time, you know, that romance goes away in the world. You know, in your life, romance goes away. Then what we come into, I was telling the girl, then we come to power fight. You know what is, how the BJP and Congress are fighting? Like that husband and wife fight. I am right, you are right, you are wrong. So this happened. So the rasa, the taste of married life goes away. But if you want to bring that taste, not that you become so involved in your marriage that you forget yourself. It's not like that. But keep the rasa going on. These things are very important. The feeling, that yeah, he's there for me, yes, she's there for me. For these feeling, appreciation and all is very important. Appreciation is very, very, very important. Appreciate, not that it's simply appreciate and then oh you're doing bakwas, you don't do that. Don't do that. Genuinely appreciate that. So find
So
something.
my question to you is, why men find it so difficult to appreciate?
Because they're not been taught to appreciate.
Take it granted.
Yeah, but probably
It's okay,
men are
right?
like that. Most of the time, men are like that. They don't know to appreciate. Not that the women are like that, but women easily do it. When you tell them, they start doing it. I know that. I'm sure, I'm very confident most of the Matajis are going to do that. But don't do it tomorrow, then they'll say you learned here and you're doing it. After 2-3 days, you start doing it. After 2-3 days. See, they are already ready, I know that. Men are not ready to appreciate because it's very difficult for them to do that. They're not very verbal, you know that, no? That's why, sorry to say, but that's why I said that men get heart attack more easily than the women, no? Because they keep so much in the heart. They don't want to open. I'm not a doctor. That's
I don't
not-
know which thesis is this. They keep to the heart more this. No, it is true that
अंदर ही रखते हैं।
heart attacks are less among ladies. That's true.
Yeah, because-
The statistics say that. But I didn't know this is the answer.
Hare Krishna is very true because we women, when we get angry, we blurt out, we big bomb we throw. Everything comes out of our heart. But the men, they keep quiet, they don't say anything. Even not good for them. Nothing is good. You keep in your heart, it's not good. From the heart, it goes to your mind and it ruins your mind. Then you can't have sleep at night. So we have to be open, Prabhu. We have to. Men, Prabhu, why anybody? Gurudev once asked, we are not very open. You see, okay, I'll ask one question. How many of you have a good friend where you can open your heart and speak? Men, please raise your hand. How many of that type of a friend where listen.
Not Haribol friend. Haribol.
Not Haribol friend. Hare Krishna friend नहीं. When your आपका जो अंदर की जो वो है ना क्या बोलते हैं?
It could be your dark secret also.
Yeah, secret. Your secrecy where you can open to your friend and speak. How many of us such friend where you have a guts to speak to your friend and take? Men, okay, ladies, how many of us such friend? Okay, men, look at the ladies side. No, this is not a competition, but it's very true. Mostly women, because they are always जल्दी से open हो जाते हैं, वो भी अच्छा नहीं है. जल्दी से, very fast they open their heart and speak, They get caught up because they don't know whom they spoke to the wrong person and it is spread all over. Then that is very bad.
There's a lot of problems also.
Yeah. Yes.
If it is open to a large audience.
Yes. Yeah, that is also bad. But yeah, as a friend, we make faster friend and men make slow. They don't make friends easily.
Why is it that men don't they trust anyone?
They think they don't. This is my thing. I don't. I may be wrong. I'm not a man, so I don't know things. But maybe they think it's not needed. Not needed.
It's not needed, yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Not needed. I know everything. I don't know.
I can handle.
I can handle any emergency.
I can handle it.
Yes,
You're
Lila,
right, I think.
why don't you have a friend?
No,
You have.
I have.
Yes.
By Lord Krishna's grace, I do have.
Yeah.
But talking about appreciation, Mataji, one of the practical problems that I also face, is that I appreciate, but I want her to appreciate that I'm appreciating.
Radha Mataji, you got the message. Now tomorrow onwards you should tell him that thank you.
You appreciate it.
Yeah, that you appreciate. Thank you for appreciating me. Yeah, that has to be taught them. You have to teach them, and they'll start doing it. See, tomorrow onwards she will do it. I have faith in her.
Want to understand, Lila is craving for appreciation.
Why shouldn't even Prabhupada like to be appreciated?
Yes.
So even Krishna want appreciation.
Krishna wants appreciation.
Appreciation has to be consistent.
Huh?
One day you appreciate and it's like what mistake we did.
She doesn't need the microphone.
Like even I don't need a microphone.
No, she said appreciation has to be consistent. So that means she doesn't believe that one spark of appreciation. It has to
One
be.
minute. When appreciation has to come naturally. If you do every day, that means you have trained yourself to appreciate every day because that is a training given. That is not true, Mataji. Appreciation comes suddenly. Even that one appreciation. I'll ask you one question. If Gurudev appreciates you today, you expect him to come and appreciate you tomorrow also?
No.
You can live for another 10 years with that appreciation?
Yeah.
Because you sin, then why don't you expect even your husband once in a while? That is not fair. That is not fair. We can live for years with that appreciation. Why not? My husband appreciated many years ago that I cook very well. After that, I've not heard it. Nowadays, I hear him saying, Lila, it's not so great. I'm okay. I feel hurt, but I didn't say. But I said, no, I have to change because you know what? I stopped cooking, and because of that, I lost that texture of cooking. I decided that I want to go to learn and do it properly. So that's we have to learn. Learn from
I appreciate that.
Thank you, Adikeshav, for Okay, thank you. See, when we all are happy, it's marriage has become so happy. It's so nice to have nice wife and nice husband, isn't it?
True, yes.
Very true. You only said they didn't say.
No, it's coming from my heart. Yeah. Man, I want them to be happy.
Even I want to see them happy.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Maybe you are too close to the mic.
Repeat the
I
question.
can, yeah.
Yeah.
So my question is on the apologizing method. So when the fight happens, if we immediately apologize or say, sorry or forgive me, it may so happen that you will be even beaten further. Right? So should we...
No, but it's a good question, Prabhu. Very nice question. Yeah.
So let him complete.
Yeah.
So what should we do in that situation? Should we, keep on saying sorry, forgive, or should we wait and then pause and then wait for a calm situation and then?
Okay, fine. I'll tell you. I want. It's saying that when we are, when we had a fight, when we say sorry, I'm fearful of getting beaten up again. Which is very true. I'll ask Prabhu, what's your good name?
Udayananda.
Udayanand Prabhu. Udayanand Prabhu, just tell me, when you have a fight, are you in a very composed or your mind is working? A film trial is going on.
Yes, Mataji.
It's going on, no? And if I come in between and switch off your movie, what will happen to you? You'll get irritated and angry. Same thing when there is a fight. Both husband and wife's minds are working like a turbulence. Okay? You say sorry idhar aa gaya. Doesn't work. Wait the mind to cool. Wait it for cooling. Your spouse may take 5 days to cool. Some people take only 2 hours to cool. So you should know that how much time they need to cool. And when cool, then ask them, can I discuss what happened the other day? I want to clarify so that we can have a wonderful relation. When you do this, you take a permission and do it. Prabhu, really they'll be ready because they are not ready at that time to hear. Already mind is, you have already said something and I have to see how to hurt you more. And my mind is thinking how to hurt you more. And when I want to hurt you and come and say sorry, it doesn't work. So this is. I hope it answers your question.
Absolutely.
Try, but you will get the solution when you try. Thank you, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. That's one more question. Yes, here and
Hare Krishna Mataji.
here, Krishna.
Mataji, I had a question with regard to pre-marriage. So sometimes some students, students also keep wondering how much should one confide in a counselor post-marriage? Because post-marriage,
Okay.
because pre-marriage, many times what happens is young boys, young girls, they tell each and everything what happens in their life. But sometimes, it may so happen that post-marriage, sometimes the partner or someone may be a little wary of what you're speaking or everything. You're speaking everything. So I was wondering if you could give some insight into that.
It's a nice question, Prabhu. It all depends on your faith. If you trust that counselor who doesn't go and spread anything what you say, it's better you keep to yourself and not speak about it. It is for the Matajis also, because most of the problem arise to the Matajis because we are so this, anybody talks, anybody says, any girl also come and say, my husband is like, yeah, we are here with all Ganga, Jamuna flowing, telling our story, and we don't even know what we are doing. And by the time you finish your story, it already spread. Her husband is treating her like this, you're doing, and what you're doing is you're ruining your relationship with the husband. I literally beg those who are married, please confide in the right person your issue. Don't make it a, kya bolte hain? Don't make it a, this in the, in the market. You make yourself so cheaply exposed, that don't do that. Yeah, I truly believe that you should be careful. If anybody, whether you're counselor or anybody, before you confide, you should know whether this person is worthy of being confined. Then only you do it.
Yeah, this is a very serious thing about whom you reveal it to. So he's asking how much to, and even in husband-wife relationship, if a wife is revealing about their relationship issues to someone, husband doesn't like that. It hurts his ego that why you need to have to tell him. Of course, if he's willing to take some help, but if he doesn't want to take help and he doesn't want wife to go and take help, that's another thing. But usually, it's male ego. It hurts that you are going and telling about our problem. So it has to be very careful. That sense. Huh?
Yes. Somebody from behind is raising their hand. Prabhu, give here. He also wants that. You want to ask question, Prabhu? Yeah, you ask.
Mataji, thank you for your session actually, and opening up the more time for the questions actually. These kinds of sessions need more questions rather than the session itself. Regarding the responsibility actually, Mataji, responsibility you spoke about, but your aspect of responsibility was different. Actually, what happens at home is there is some things which has to be done commonly, like deity worship should be done by commonly by Prabhuji and Mataji. That is what my understanding is. But sometimes what happens, the spouse doesn't understand that, and the responsibility shifts actually. So it happens like working in the office and coming home and working again and again. So what should be the together responsibility, and what should be the Mataji's responsibility, or what should be the Prabhuji's responsibility?
Okay, Prabhu. In every house, the responsibility varies. For this, you need a good communication to decide what you want to do. You have to have a good communication with your partner and decide what will work for both of you. When you've already discussed, when we do business partnership, there is a rules and regulation there. So for your house, the rules may be different. In some house, I have seen, even in my house, we have DT worship. I have done DT worship because he's not doing well. He has to go to hospital and everything. So fine, it was okay in our house that I will do. My son is to help me or my helper is to help me. But that is okay. In some houses, it's a different story. Like you said, it's a must. Well, Prabhu, it's not a must that both of them should do. But it's a need of the husband or the wife, then there should be a good communication thing where they will talk and say that what is, what we can do together, what we can't do together. That is individual. That we cannot have a laid out rule, general answer.
One more question, as Prabhuji was saying that most of the time what happens is I may be close to one Prabhuji to open up, but she might be close to some other Matajis. Okay, my perception of explaining the things might be different, and her perception is different. But the Matajis who are counseling doesn't know what Prabhuji is undergoing, but just try to answer them. So, what should be the common between the Prabhuji and Mataji?
Actually, both husband and wife should go
because they will only get, the counselor will only get
one side
of
story.
perception, but another person is not getting a chance even to explain what
Okay,
is
first
happening.
of all, go to that person who really can help you to resolve your issue. It's not just that you just go to that person and talk to him and finish, No, don't go. try to find that person, a responsible person who's ready to help you in your marriage issue. Only then you open up to them, right? And one more thing, if you genuinely want to help each other, both of you should talk and take help from the same person who knows both sides of the story. Because one side of the story is what help they can give you. Because for the marriage to work, we need both husband and wife together, right? So go to that person who can hear, who can understand and hear both of you together and help you out together. Don't go to the individual person. And also just don't go just because that person is my friend, I'll let me do. No. Go to somebody who can resolve your issue, can help you to resolve it. Not simply go and talk to them. Don't do that. Can I just take a break and come back?
Yeah.
Sorry, Prabhu, you can continue.
How you look at this?
You can continue.
You come visit.
Adikeshav Prabhu, thank you for your time. I think one of the question is already answered. The other question is, in ISKCON, is there a place for grahasthas for intimacy? When I mean intimacy, holding hands or hugging. If there is this something that parents should be showing to their children, or yes or no? If it's yes, at what age? Does it have any place to show as an example for the children also?
I would really like her to, because she has answered this question before also. Yeah, in front of the children, I don't know why you want it to be in front of the children.
Because they're anyways exposed in the outside environment through ads or through videos. So I heard from other lectures that kids would be exposed to outside world, but if it's under parents' control, they learn it better. So I don't know if you want to comment on that.
I mean, where you heard this from? There is no doubt about that. Children learn mostly from observing parents. Okay, Premila has come. This is. Everyone understood the question? Yes. I mean, we are practitioners. So he has just shifted to a little. Sometimes this is not been discussed. So I'll repeat the question. Premila, you can hear it.
Yes.
So Prabhuji, you can repeat the question. See, it's a very, you may not hear these questions so often being asked. Yes, Prabhu.
My question was, in ISKCON, is there a place for intimacy between husband and wife? When I mean intimacy means holding hands or hugging. If there is, how is it important for kids to see that intimacy of their parents? If yes, what is the right age?
Okay. Prabhu, intimacy definitely doesn't mean only holding hands and hugging. Intimacy also can mean that public we don't do this, definitely not. Public we don't. Because especially because all our temple are where brahmacharis are leaving, they're leaving there, so it's not right on our part to agitate them. So we don't do that. Publicly holding hand and hugging. But yes, intimacy can be in the closed doors. But outside, to set a good example, we can be very kind to our wives and to our husbands. How you treat, intimacy. I don't mean like I've seen that sometimes husbands speak very loosely about, hey, my wife is like this, So it's not good. And sometimes wives do that. They simply loosely speak about their husband. They don't even care that the husband may get hurt or my wife may get hurt. When you don't do that, that itself is one type of intimacy where we respect each other. And people are learning that how, we have one couple in our Gopinath temple. It's Krishna Chandra Prabhu and Radha Mataji. What a wonderful couple. You don't see them holding hands and walking in Radha Gopinath. But the way they deal with each other, the way they respectfully respect each other, Wow, it's such an example they are. We really relish their relationship. What a wonderful couple they are. I really respect them because they're so respectful to each other. The way they look at each other, the way they answer each other, the way they walk into the temple, very kind. Krishna Chandra Prabhu is so conscious of his wife because with the health reason, he wherever he sees, he'll see that she gets a proper chair to sit, and he sees that she's properly where she's sitting, she's getting a proper ventilation. These gestures, he doesn't have to touch and hug her in publicly, but these gestures bring so much of hope when we see that, no, this can happen. Relationship can be so wonderful. So I don't know whether I've answered your question.
The second part of this question is, children are exposed to this nowadays.
Yeah.
So I don't know why you want the children to see their parents. So what is your purpose of? How is it favorable for the children?
If it's important for the kids to see their parents.
Oh, well, it is important for the kids to see their parents not fighting. If they do, that is also enough of it. That is called children get security. When they see the children are not fighting in front of them, not arguing in front of them, respecting each other. I'll tell you what happened with our son. Now, once it happened, I don't remember exactly what it is. He did some, which I didn't wanted him to. He went and bought something. Okay. He first went to my husband and said, Papa, Mummy told me to buy this. So he said, Mummy really told you to buy it? Yeah, Mummy gave. You first asked Mummy. So, no, Mummy told me to go do it. He went and bought. And when he comes, so he said, Prem, Lila, why did you get this to mother? And he came and told me, Mummy, Papa said that I can go and buy this. And he came and told me, why did you? I said, you told him. Why should I stop? You told him to do that. So I kept quiet. Children are like that. They are innocent. They don't mean it because they want something. They know how to talk to the father and how to talk to the mother. But if we two have good communication, then we said that we will talk before he does anything. So he should not take advantage of it. So after that, if he says something, he said, okay, give the phone to Mummy, I'll talk to her, then we'll tell you whether you should do this one. So now we knew इधर नहीं चलेगा, पकेगा नहीं उसका कुछ भी story, because we husband and wife have to cooperate with each other, so children learn to behave.
So still, I think you would like to know the intimacy part in front of the children.
Bro, intimacy can't be so physical, right, in front of the children. But this relationship, when they see the father and mother are kind to each other, very loving to each other. Yeah, and not insulting, not do. That's very nice. And they get faith, they get hopes. Other they don't want to get married when they grow up.
Is it? Have you got the answer?
Sure.
Okay, sure.
Don't have to fearfully say that. You have to be hopeful. You can still ask questions about that if you're not satisfied.
Mataji, I would want to go a little one step ahead in terms of Prabhuji asked about should it be shown in front of children or no. That is one aspect of it.
Intimacy in front of children.
In front of children. And thank you for answering that so nicely, Mataji. Mataji, there is also an aspect that everybody has a need, whether it's a male or a Prabhuji or a Mataji. Some don't need to be touched. But some people need a touch. There is, I can't explain that need. Sometimes I deal with some couples, they come and say, my wife is just not allowing me to touch her also, because we have had a fight or whatever that has happened, we have had a rough relationship. Then I say, why don't you just go sit beside her? But when he goes to sit beside her, she's like, don't come near me. And his need is to be touched.
His need.
It's more than a touch. It's just, I'm there, you're there for me, just holding the hand. Or when you're going through troubled waters, just be there for each other, not only emotionally, philosophically, by words, but even by a touch of hand. And sometimes when that doesn't happen, even that small thing of understanding the opposite person's need and just not restricting yourself, saying that is not important. And now some people even bring philosophy of ISKCON in between that, saying that no, that's illicit sex. Don't even get there. And in today's day and time, Mataji, even frankly speaking, Ajamil saw one person outside. We see every day. It's like so madness outside. And whether it's male or female, there is so much that affects the consciousness. And sometimes you get disturbed. That sometimes gets converted into a need of just being close. It may not result into the whatever, but just being close and trying to understand, but this also has to be addressed at some level. I know it's a very sensitive question.
Very
but
true, Prabhu. I totally agree with that. I totally agree. Because, there's one person I read. I don't know, it is a book is called Love Languages. Anybody can do? Who is the author from?
Shubhila's
No. Five Love Language. That is a very devotional one. I forgot his name. No, not Louis. I forgot. I've read. In that, there is a questionnaire where you answer the question, we come to know what is individual's need. I did my questionnaire. I'm a touch person. Either, giving person. Like you serve, if a wife serves him, he feels very happy. So everybody got a different need. If we understand this need, we really can help enhance our relationship. We need to, but this is happening because we don't have the knowledge for it. We don't have the knowledge, we don't understand that my need is different than that other person's need. We need to do this. We don't understand, that's why these problems are arising. So this is pre-marital training. Yes, please.
I hope everyone understood this question what Lila was asking. Nowadays we see so many things outside happening, and Ajami is just one, and this is so common. So with this type of atmosphere, a legitimate wife is there with me, and he wants to just go and touch her, and she's withdrawing, and she's giving a philosophical reason that
When did she get
to
married?
how is it going to? I mean, she has a reason that she's withdrawing, thinking that no, this is not proper. This is something Maya.
But then why did she get married?
So your question is why? Okay, you can ask her why she got married. But I'm saying what I heard from. Of course, these things have come up, which I already mentioned about that. A wife is also meant for protecting her husband. Like he brought something about what is happening. That means the senses are. He comes to his legitimate wife. It is very legal. It is not sinful.
Keep it close.
No, it is not sinful, right? It is definitely not illicit. Definitely not illicit. If you don't, what can be the consequence? Is there a chance? Is there a chance? So which is better, with the wife or outside? Which is sinful and which is not sinful? Wife is not sinful. I just wanted to bring out that.
Prabhuji, this goes to the next level, whereby, okay, now I have a need, a person has a need, whether it's a man or a woman, and they already had a very rough relationship. It has gone through 15 years of, whatever, saying words on each other and being ungrateful, unappreciated. Pura ho gaya. Now, now health problems have started at one level. They've crossed 40s, right? Now the person is like, okay, I heard this seminar. No, we heard this seminar. Now they want to go and talk to each other. That, okay, I have this need, but they're fearful. Many times when I speak to couples, it's not only, everybody has a problem. They are hesitant to even speak the need because now he'll be insulted for speaking that need. They feel scared to even tell the need, because what happens is, to tell the need means to break your false ego and go and beg that, try to understand, this is my need, right? And the opposite person insults him even in that situation or her in that situation, saying that, don't tell me now all this, anyway it's over between us. Now one person is begging to fix the problem, other person is I'm not making the other person villain. Like, at least give a chance, don't say that relationship is over. Many times after 20 years of marriage, people say that we have given up on each other. Now we are just there with each other because maybe in old days you need me, I need you. So let's be good to each other. But if they really understand the smallest need, sometimes the need is so small. And when the opposite person is opening up, that itself means that he has kept his ego in front of her feet or his feet, saying that, "Arey, samajh lo yaar." There is, understand me. So please, can you counsel, how to understand when your partner comes in with that need, give him a chance or her a chance.
Prabhu, on their own, they're not able to handle this situation because it's already crossed the ocean. Already marriage is really not in a good state. Now to reconcile again is a difficult task. Unless the other person who's not very favorable has to be preached and counseled first. And then only things will start moving ahead. Because it's too much. Because that person has lost all hopes and given up and started living a very independent life. Now you go back. When they needed the most, you didn't do it. When you need it, you're coming because you're getting old, That is what it is. So this needs lots of uh, counseling the other person. It's the third party who has to do, not the same husband wife. Because somebody should talk to that person and explain to them that mistake is done and do that conflict resolution. Get them together, tell them, show them. There is a whole different scenario. What is conflict resolution? Is a third party needed here to help them. So then only it can be healed. So otherwise, it's going to be difficult. It's already gone too far. They have given up on each other. They started living an independent life without each other. Now somebody comes back and says that I want to. It's not so easy to forgive. It becomes because for 20 years you're carrying the grudge in your heart. That grudge is that you don't care for me. Yes, so it's going to be very difficult. So we need to be careful in our relationship. We should not pull our relationship to such a bad situation that coming back becomes very difficult. That's why you need to keep in touch so that coming back is always there. This is what is my understanding. Okay. Like we had one case that they were married for 30, 35 years. The husband was just separated. Just separated. They could not. And she told me impossible to live with them. Impossible to live with them. I cannot. She said I cannot. After 35 to 40 years of marriage.
Devotees.
Devotee. I cannot live with them.
Both sincere devotees.
Yeah, very sincere devotee, both of them. Now, so for some reason they came together because of some need. They came to, and it became a need for both of them because they're getting old. They need each other. But I'm happy they came together. That was a big thing for me. They came together. I was very happy to see them together. It's so very nice to see. Because I realized one more thing that ultimately for husband and wife, after the children go, it is only your partner who can be a good friend and can help you. So we have to build this relationship. Children are there, they are very nice children. But let me tell you, when they grow up, they have their own responsibility. They will not have time for us. It's only husband and wife who can bank on each other, help each other, care for each other. That's why we have to see that we maintain a very good relationship, not only when we get old. We should maintain the relationship such a way that when we get old, we depend on each other. That Mataji are raising hand now. Yes, Mataji. Sorry, on mic, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. I have few patients who are bearing this toxic relationship from past few years. Even though they are devotees, they're what is the pain? They are bearing physical abuse. So what is the threshold of physical abuse that they have to bear?
Then of course there is no other choice than to move out of the relationship. This is what Gurudev also said when I asked him, Maharaj, you are not in favor of divorce, right? He said, no, never. He said they should do everything to save their marriage. It's only when there is a physical abuse, danger to their life, then there is nothing you can do about it. Because what is the use of the physical? It's a danger because somebody may die in that.
Yes.
So how to live with that fear? You cannot.
So this is, unless there is a threat to life, you can't tell that, see, you be there. There's a question about, yeah, but just I'm little explaining. The vows what you have taken during marriage is a very sacred vows. So try as much as possible to see that, that sacred vows are not broken, because that's a higher responsibility. This is very conservative about some things. I'm just sharing with you. So to save that sacred, to save it, some type of a compromise in little principles here and there is to save that. Like if we bought few things, if that is going to break the marriage, then better that you compromise here to save that, because that is more sinful. Because you have taken vows in front of the deities, in front of Vaishnavas, in front of the fire. That is a very sacred vow. So this is, everyone should know that. Oh, that's a sacred. Is it?
Yeah, also wanted to add, we had one experience happening in front of us. This girl came and told us that her husband is very abusive, he beats her. Okay, we both accepted on the face value, and she left her husband, she came to GV, and we accepted as a helper at home. Okay. And then I started becoming a little panicky because she had two daughters and she was a young girl. Because she was single and there were many men started coming after her. So this put fear in me. I said, no, my God, if anything happens, where she will go? So I wanted to reconcile with her husband. I wanted her to call her husband. One fine day she called her husband. And we both spoke to him, and then we realized that she is the one who is instigating him to beat her. No, you can't do this also, right? You tell your husband is beating, but who instigated it, from where he started? No, she kept on telling her husband, you throw your sister out because I don't get along. Where in Shastra says that you should throw your family member like
Sister-in-law.
yeah, sister-in-law.
Husband's sister.
Her husband's sister. Now husband is saying, and she had an issue. They were a drunk, he used to get drunk. Now I asked him, why did इनका सब झगड़ा होता है दोनों का? My sister and her. I said, when I get frustrated, I go out and I drink. And then what happens? He comes back and she started, you're like this, you just drink, you can't do this, you're an apustak. When she says this, what do you expect a husband to do? Tight slap. Even I felt like slapping at that time. Forget about him, I felt that. So when we realize this is not the right thing, because they say my husband beats me, because they know that my husband beats me. So definitely we have to find out, and that is also important. Abusive, what is happening? Whether it's really abusive person or somebody is instigating him, then only he's very angry person in beats him. We need to find out, and we have to reconcile. And of course, we have to talk to her and talk to him. They have gone back. By Lord's mercy, he still drinks, but he doesn't beat her. We only told him, you do whatever you want, we are there, we'll support you, but don't beat her. If she does anything wrong, you tell us, we'll handle it. But don't beat her. He doesn't beat her. He comes drunk, and I told this girl, keep your mouth shut when he drinks and comes. Don't say anything to him. He's a grown-up man, he knows he's not supposed to drink. He went into hospital, so much of kacha they did. He's come back, so now he's stopped drinking. Yeah. Okay, fine. Is that okay? I think there are another two Matajis behind. Sorry, I'm just.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Prabhuji. I sincerely want to share one of my experience. Initially, when I got married, I had a very great respect for my husband. Then, 15 years back, somebody cheated my husband with money, and then I started feeling that my husband is not that intelligent and he's innocent. People are able to cheat him, and we suffered a lot because of financial crisis. Then, of course, God's grace we recovered. Then I lost inside that outside. I may be saying I Telugu people, I say M&D, all that I may be serving food, but inside I don't have the same kind of respect I used to have before. Then what I did, I asked my dad, this is what I'm feeling inside. I don't have respect my husband. Then he told me, read Ramayana.
Sorry?
Ramayana.
Read that. Okay.
And when I read Ramayana, Mataji, I'm telling you sincerely, Mataji, it helped me a lot
Definitely.
It helped me a lot. Now I know that it is easy, anybody can make a mistake. To get cheated is easy. To cheat others is bad. So he is not bad. Even Lord Rama, he was cheated by a golden deer. So to be cheated is not nothing wrong in that. But he never cheated anybody. And moreover, when I was no less Mataji, I was saying so many harsh words to him during that time. And he was very calm and he just made all that. So who will have that strength? So Mataji, Ramayana really helped me. So what I was trying to tell Mataji, in case of my experiences, any husband-wife relationships, any problems, Mataji, Ramayana is the solution. Sita Rama the solution.
Definitely. And can I put some words over there? You said you lost respect. I want to say that we also should learn how to name our feeling. I want to say that you didn't lose respect, you lost faith in him. If you had lost respect, you wouldn't have lived with him. You wouldn't have stayed with him. You just lost faith in him, not respect. The respect was always there. You just lost faith in him. That's why you were hurt. But that is okay. But thank you for revealing yourself. It's so much for me to learn. Raman is a wonderful book. So most of the culture, we see how Sita and Ram treated each other. Yes, it's very, very genuine and very.
So I just.
What I feel, Mataji, children are no special training is required. If children are encouraged to read Ramayana with heart, then they will become the best, ready for good marriage life, married life.
Sure, Mataji.
Perfect. Mataji, you have brought up an issue which is the real essence of our culture. That why are we saying that we should hear, especially whether it's Ramayana or Mahabharata or Bhagavatam, because when you hear these personalities, you are absorbing those qualities. So there is a need that we need to hear. So what you brought up was the real, what we preach, but you brought your own experience. That I read Ramayana and I could immediately overcome this type of. So, I mean, today we discussed about Sumita. Now we are coming back to what Rupa Goswami has said, that of the 5 principles, one of them is reading, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. The Lord has performed all these pastimes for whom? For us, right? All practitioners. So it is not just some type of an entertainment, it's a very serious responsibility for transformation within us by hearing. So the message to each and every one of us now, after all this discussion, is hear regularly or daily read. Either it is Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, but give some time for reading. So thank you very much.
You put the icing on the cake right now. Wonderful, very tasty. Thank you. Can we? Oh, we'll continue. Okay, fine. Yes. There's a young unmarried girl that is. Oh, you're married? Oh, you look too young to be married.
No baby also.
Oh, really? We spoke just now. Okay.
So that means Shastra says it's true that the one who becomes a mother, she becomes more beautiful.
Thank you. Mataji, when we were talking about forgiveness, can you give us more insight in how can we forgive and how can we get past and how can we give our children also beautiful parents?
Because according to her, that forgiveness is a 3-hour session. So I don't know how to shorten it in for 1 minute. Okay, for few things I can say, you forgive others not for them, you forgive for your own self. Because you're carrying the burden of their thoughts in your mind. If you keep, continue keeping a hot coal on your hand, you are going to burn yourself. You better you should throw the coal. Okay? If you don't forgive, you'll not grow in your life because all your lifetime you're carrying that grudge in your mind, and the beautiful thought will not grow when it is already filled with so much of muck over there. So when you remove the muck, you give a space for new thought to come, new vision to come. So it is very important that we forgive, and we were not able to forget the incident, but at least we should forgive the person who hurt you the most. Adikeshav.
Thank you, Mataji.
No, I think I just mentioned that the English, there is a quote saying not forgotten is not forgiven, which is not true. You can forgive, but it's not necessarily that you have forgotten. So that forgotten, that remembrance can make you more wise. Not to just to see that, oh, this is how I should be careful. But from your heart, you have forgiven. So that is not true. Not forgotten is not forgiven. Cancel it. No. I remember, that doesn't mean I'm not forgiven. Okay, Prabhu?
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for patiently hearing.
There is. Oh, Prabhu, you had a question. Please forgive us.
He has been taking photographs, so suddenly you have a question.
Adikeshav, thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Mataji. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आप लोगों का ये
Thank you, Prabhu.
एक छोटा सा क्वेश्चन है ये क्वेश्चन है नॉर्मली जो भी घर पे होता है कुछ भी खरीदना है कुछ भी काम करना है तो एक कॉल आता है घर से कि ये हो रहा है तो ये इंफॉर्मेशन है या इसका ओपिनियन पूछ रहे हैं हर बार ये पिछले 14-15 साल से यही चल रहा है कि
क्या फोन आता है प्रभु
कॉल आया कुछ खरीदना है
हाँ खरीदना
आपका सजेशन क्या है लेना है नहीं लेना है तो मैं मुझे थोड़ा समय दो मैं कुछ काम पे हूँ बताऊंगा तो इतने देर में दोबारा से आता है कॉल कि आप क्या बोल रहे हो तो मैं नहीं लेना है नहीं मैंने ऑलरेडी डिसाइड कर लिया लेना तो डिसाइड करने तो पूछने की जरूरत नहीं तो ये हर बार मैं अपने आप को ये सोचता हूँ कि ये कॉल आए इसको थोड़ा पॉज करो क्योंकि डिसीजन ऑलरेडी लिया गया है ये इंफॉर्मेशन है ये सजेशन ओपिनियन लेने का नहीं है
ऑलरेडी आंसर
नहीं हो जाता है लेकिन फिर दिमाग में एक छोटा सा थॉट आता है ये छोटा सा कि क्यों पूछ रहे हैं फिर वो थोड़ा हिल जाता है इसको कैसे हैंडल करना पड़ेगा अपने डिक्शनरी से ये वर्ड हटा देना है कि ये इंफॉर्मेशन ही है सजेशन के लिए नहीं आ रहा है कॉल प्लीज
और आंसर के लिए भी नहीं आ रहा है
थैंक यू
मेरे को साड़ी खरीदना है मैं खाली आपको इन्फॉर्म कर रही हूँ आपने जो पैसा दिया मैं साड़ी खरीद रही हूँ आपको आपका जवाब नहीं चाहिए एंड इट्स ओके प्रभु होता है कई लोग ऐसे होते हैं जैसे मैंने बोला ना गांधी जी ने थप्पड़ मारा फॉरगेट इट इसका नेचर है ये ऐसी है आप हमेशा यही सोचो इसको मेरी आंसर की जरूरत नहीं है इस ऑलरेडी डिसाइड किया है उसको साड़ी चाहिए वो खरीदेगी उसको खरीदनी
अरे
आप
वही आंसर
हाँ छोटे छोटे डिसीजन लेने दो प्रभु को बड़ा डिसीजन नहीं बड़ा डिसीजन में आपको उठना पड़ेगा
बड़ा से मतलब ऐसा कुछ भी बड़ा छोटा ऐसा कुछ नहीं है वही
नहीं आप इतना खुश दिखाई दे रहे हैं हाँ प्रभु थैंक यू प्रभु थैंक यू आप औरत का क्वेश्चन औरत से पूछे कैसे जवाब देंगे थैंक यू यस प्रभु यस
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you. And Prabhuji, thank you very much for your wonderful session. Actually, I had this question on, like, let's say when any fight comes, not just between a couple, but between anyone. Okay, what is
the role of philosophical resolution, okay, or an analytical resolution to that. And if we always try to go with that approach, is it like always we are trying to idealize or trying to be too ideal in every situation? So just wanted to get an understanding on this, Mataji. Like if we'd always try to philosophize saying that, oh, problems are always there, these are temporary, so it will go away with time. So yeah, we have to come down. We have come for a purpose together. So if we are always trying to reconcile every situation in this particular way, so will it be always effective, or like
If
sometimes
it goes on for a long time, it will not be effective. Start tracking your relationship. That's why good communication is very important. Like Prabhuji asked me this question. I know I was very humorously answering, but it's a serious issue. What if your partner has a habit of spending money and getting big thing, which is a big decision, and she just doesn't take any help from her husband to know whether he's okay about it? It's a serious issue. Small thing, getting sari, getting this, it's okay, getting toys, it's okay. But a big decision, we have to intervene that time, and we have to talk it out to them and tell them it's okay for small, you ought to get, but the big decision should not be taken. Big decision where the money is huge amount, that should not be taken. Similarly, here when the problem is, every time you can't say it is okay, it's Krishna's plan. I don't think we are so advanced to know that it was Krishna's plan. We may say it, are we really believe it that it's Krishna's plan we are here? So that's why we need to take help and try to solve the issue so that it doesn't become a big issue later on. I was just telling that people who have, after marrying for 35 to 40 years, want to go for a separation. Why? Because not resolving the issue. कितने जन्मों का issue को लेके पकड़े हुए हैं, and they both only fight. They never sat together and tried because one of the parties not at all cooperated to sit and discuss. So that becomes very difficult. But anyway, now they're together, so that's a different story. But yeah, so you need to sit and resolve it. Don't carry forward for years together and make it a big issue about it. And something happens like Adikeshav, forget it. Don't put your head too much into it. It's not a big issue. If it's a small issue, just forget it.
Yeah, but same time, philosophy also has a role.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it should not be analytical and all. It has its role to some extent, but more important will be to uproot it from the root. If that has to be done, because that is always there within. So philosophy may not.
And maybe you are very philosophical and other person is not. So maybe you have understood and the other person doesn't understand, means still that thing doesn't work. So the other person should understand. For that you need to resolve the issue. Right? I can't see. Yes, Prabhu, yes. One, Prabhu, mic here.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji and Mataji, thank you very much. My question was on forgetting because we are repeating that word. Forgetting is definitely not possible. But it is wise not to forget for not repeating the mistake in future.
Yeah.
But we often find that not forgetting becomes an enemy for us. Because when we are into an argument, both the sides throw the old experiences as if and they use it as a weapon. So how to control that forgetfulness or this thing? Because we should be able to switch off that button, not to remember during the argument. Otherwise, there is no end to an argument. It continues because I throw something, she also throws something. So in order to stop the argument, how to use that forget button wisely is my.
Okay, 1 minute. I forgot to raise this topic. Thank you for bringing this argumentation, Prabhu. When you argue, you should speak in such a way that you resolve the issue. Don't argue in such a way, udhar se bhi fire aa jaye. Udhar se ek fire, udhar se bhi. Don't have to kichakani the whole thing. When you want to discuss, you discuss in such a way that you can resolve the issue. Not that, you bring the past and ruin the life. You rather say, जो past में हो गया, okay, now how we can reconcile here? What can we do from today onward that we can improve our relationship? Don't bring your past back. The past only kills your relationship. You bring the same thing. You say something, that person says something. It goes on and on. There's no end to it. But never take your argument to past. Always go prepared. When you want to talk to your spouse, be prepared how you're going to resolve the issue. And keep it in your mind that I should not bring the past. When you bring the past, you should, look at yourself and try to hear what you're saying. Try not to get your past and try to see how you can resolve the issue and find out the solution. Before going to resolve the issue, find the solution, what you can do to improve your relationship. That is very important. I hope we answered you. Thank you.
But there is a saying, the more than the cause of the anger is the consequence of anger is more dangerous.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
I think Mataji, you just shaken the waters, and the real questions are slowly
Yeah,
coming
because
out one after
even my
the other.
life was shaken. Why they should be happy and I should
Hare Krishna. So, these sessions are extremely important. What do you all feel? Sometimes we hear about Karna Muni and Devahuti, and then we look at each other. Something else appears. Right? So, I think as a society, as ISKCON, if we as families are not strong, if as families we are not strong, then the whole foundation is not strong, then what are we trying to give others? Right? It goes back to the same point. And why I was also willing to call Adikeshav Prabhu is exactly, desire is fulfilled, Prabhu. Actually requesting you. This is what is needed, that we have to open up and actually tell the issues. If we don't discuss here, so kahan karenge? We'll take these issues to Golok also if we are allowed to go there. So it's very important that we discuss it out. And I think this is a very good beginning for many who felt that ISKCON is only philosophy. No, ISKCON is relationships, ISKCON is trust, ISKCON is understanding, and Krishna consciousness includes taking blessings of elders who have come here. So I know this time is not sufficient. I know many of you have many more questions. So Mataji and Prabhuji, they live in Govardhan Eco Village. Husband and wife can go there and not come out until the issue is finished. That's another way of handling it. Govardhan Village is a beautiful place. Right? Just go inside.
And we have a Goshala. If nothing comes out, you can go to Goshala because now is very Sattvic.
Yeah, it's very important we discuss. I just want Hare Krishna Mataji. 1 minute. Puno Mataji. 1 minute. Yeah, Hare Krishna. We have Prabhuji is in the back. Prashadam. Thoda. Just 2 more minutes. Because I just wanted this to take it to the next step. Is that please don't keep your issues to yourself. Don't be hesitant.